All right, guys, here's my predicament. Right here is our old like panel box, I guess, for our house. And all the way down there, about 200, about 200 feet away, straight down, is our boat dock. Well, I've had 3 people come out and quote the fixing of the electrical part of the boat dock. And 2 people did not want to do it, and 1 person said it was going to be $7,600. Now, I'm no electrician, and I am a person who's a waster of money. Oftentimes, spend a lot of money on stupid stuff. But when I heard $7,600, I was thinking, there's no way ever I would spend $7,600 before at least getting about 100 more quotes to run power from right there to right there. Basically, it's just a straight shot, straight down this hill, right on the other side of the retaining wall, right over there, and under that road and there. It's just one huge long hole, which is going to be annoying, but I would even have like someone dig it or even possibly me dig it, and I just don't feel like that's $7,600. So I got 3 extension cords, backed them up, ran them all the way down my steps like a redneck, and ran them all the way down here, across the road. Not a lot of people drive down this road, so it's not really a big deal. And also, hey, I hate this stupid company leaving their stupid flag in my yard. I've got to get this out of the way today too, but they suck anyhow. They do a terrible job on my yard and they leave a flag. So I ran this extension cord all the way down the dock, and then I just put that and I hooked it up to my boat dock light, or hooked it up to the boat lift, which is awesome because I can put my boat down in the water and leave it and never have to take it back up to the house, which is what I've been talking about doing for so long. However, I burnt up the pump to this lift because somehow or another, when you put all these extension cords together, you multiply the power and all this stuff, I don't know, and it just basically melted the pump in that boat lift. So now I couldn't use it. So I spent $5 grand on the boat lift, can't use it. Then I gotta spend $7 grand to get the power ran down here. Don't feel like doing that. So I have an idea. Y'all follow me. Okay, here's my thought. Get a generator, like one of these. I just don't know which one. I don't know the size of the generator, so I gotta figure that out first. But get a generator, leave it on the dock. I've always wanted to have a generator just in case whatever happens. Now we gotta figure out which size. Do y'all think that a generator is gonna work? Oh, we'll just leave it on the dock? I'll probably like chain it to it or something, or lock it. Is this a dumb idea? It's a really good idea. This little one, kind of cool. I'm basically going from a lot of redneck, which is running 3 extension cords all the way down to the dock, to somewhat redneck still, but only having a generator down on the dock and only using it when I want to lift the dock up. So it's not gonna be running the whole time. I feel like it's kind of a waste of money, but I've done worse. I've wasted worse money. All right, so the decision is, do I want to spend more money and get this giant one that can like legitimately power our whole house if need be, which is something that I wanted, but it looks like it weighs about 9,000 pounds. So that's the 7,500 watts. Then you go to the 5,000 watts. It also feels like it weighs about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds. So I'm thinking we just go with the 2,000 one. It looks small. It shows what all it can power. And I feel like this is gonna be, I feel like this has to work. If it doesn't, hopefully I can return it, but I feel like just a little handheld one's gotta at least run 1 pump on a boat lift. All right, so we copped the smaller generator, 200 watts, 1,700 running watts. I don't exactly know what that 100% means, but we got it, and I'm pretty confident that that's gonna at least run the boat lift. And we spent $680 instead of spending $7,600. And I'm very aware that there's one day I'm gonna still spend the $7,600, but at least then I'll have a generator. So I'm not really worried about it. But we got us a cool little generator now, so headed back to the house. I'm pretty sure we gotta get gas for this thing too. I also don't know what kind of gas it runs on, so I'm gonna go get, I should have got a dang gas can. Well, I made it back home, and I've got the generator and the oil And I've got to open it up already to put the gas in it, and I've got to put oil in it, so we're gonna get a Phillips head screwdriver. That's what I was in the middle of doing. And I've got to work on some tackle today, but I'm gonna go put my boat in the lift it up, and I'm gonna do all of it in there because that's one of my things I've always wanted to do my whole life. The reason we bought this house is I wanted to be able to work on tackle in on my boat lift. Also, I'm sorry, my garage is a wreck. This is what it is. I've always wanted to do this. And also, drop a comment down below is $7,500 too much money for this power deal, or am I just being a little puss about it? Because if I'm being a puss, you can tell me, and I'll just man up and pay the $7,500. I just think that is thousands of dollars more than I was expecting it would be. Alright, so we gotta pull the dipstick out. There's no oil. Get this sucker. Shove it in the boot hole. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to make my videos a little more entertaining by showing you guys everything. So here's what I got. Pulled the cover off this thing, and now we got a little engine in here. All right, my boat is a wreck right now, but I gotta get this stuff off. Oh. Case of waters. And the generator. Inverter. Oh boy. So here's my plan. Put that there for a second. Lower this down. Also, for those of you who don't know, the way this thing works is when you engage it, these tanks fill up with water. With water. That's what pushes it back down. Let's see if I can get it to go under. Yeah. So it's slowly like filling up with water right now. Those big tanks are. Once they get so full, then obviously it's going to sink. That's what keeps it underwater. And then the reason for this pump is it pumps air back into them, which forces the water out, and then that's what causes it to float. So right now, gravity is just doing its thing. Oh, and now she's going to go down. Okay. Okay. Good job. So I'm going to stop it there, because that's enough for me to get my boat up on it. So I stopped it. Now we're going to hit this for the first time. Let's see if this works. We got oil, we got gas. Crank this over to on. Crank this. Oh, it's over. Oh, I need to get the starter part. Crank this to on. Pull the choke. Oh, I need to unplug this first, is what it says. Pull the choke. Crank this. Oh boy. Looky there. Alright. Cranking right now. She's running. Now we're going to flip this switch to on. Oh yeah. She's not on there very straight, but she's on there. Money. Alright, so the boat is out of the water enough that I can work on it in peace and not have to, we're not going to float off. So now I'm going to work on tackle in peace, have my music. I've got some, let's see, 2 videos ago, y'all saw me unbox a lot of this stuff. Now I've got to actually put reels on these new sensory rods, and I got all new reels and stuff. So I got a little bit of like tackle stuff to do. I'm not going to film all of it, but I told y'all that I wanted to put pretty much all the same reel. So I've still got a bunch of Smoke S3s that I'm gonna put on. Not necessarily my favorite reel of all time, but definitely a good one. And yeah, I'm gonna do this really quick, and then hopefully, I actually don't know where my chesty is, but I'm gonna find my chesty and then we'll go fishing. So thank you guys for enjoying this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it so far. I know this is a little bit random for my channel, but I want to just start doing a little bit more vloggy type stuff anyhow, because it's more fun to me and it's more fun to watch, I'm sure. So yeah, that's where we're at. Hope you guys enjoyed so far. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel, please. I'm about to put a ton of effort back into my channel. I want to give back to you guys. I know I've said that a million times. I know you guys don't have to trust me right now because I've said it before, but I want to prove it to you. So if you don't mind, to hit the subscribe button, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in just a few seconds. Well guys, today has not been a good fishing day. I'm not gonna lie. I've only caught one that wasn't on camera. However, new Vega frog rod is bad. .610 heavy, showed y'all in a couple videos ago, but it's perfect for skipping exactly like what I just did, where you skip up under overhanging trees. And honestly, no matter how hot it gets in the summertime, this is always going to be a pattern that works. You might not get as many bites, but you will get some bites. So you just have to grind it out all day, and you're going to get bites eventually. But the good thing is this rod I'm super confident in. I haven't caught a fish on it, so I'm not going to say I'm super confident yet because I haven't caught a fish, but it feels right. The length is right, the action's right, and I'm ready to clap on it. But for sure, skipping it around, doing a little roll cast like that, as a little left-handed roll cast, it feels perfect. Now all I gotta do is get a bite. When that happens, it'll be signed, sealed, delivered. It's been tough today, I'm not gonna lie. It's abnormally tough. This lake's pretty difficult as it is, but the other side of the lake, they dropped the water level. They have control over it. They didn't ask anybody. They don't have to ask anybody. They dropped the water level, and it has really screwed up shallow fishing on this lake because there's not enough water up shallow. And so I'm noticing a lot more fish offshore. Not as many fish on the bank. You don't get as many bites on the bank unless after a good rain. If it rains, it's really good on the bank. But the water goes out of here so fast now, it's just really annoying. It doesn't make any sense if they did it, but whatever. We'll get into that argument. Alrighty guys, well, it's the next day. Yesterday I sucked. Oh, excuse me. Yesterday I sucked, and it was just tough. And I'm not gonna make any excuses, but I am gonna go rig up this swim jig and get slinging it around. Divine swim jig. I'm gonna use that today. But I do need those worms. Where the heck are they? I told you I was going to use. Do you go 3/0 or 5/0? Where's those worms? Okay, we're back. So here's what I wanted to throw. That exclusive colored flush that I don't know where to get. There's that. And that's all I wanted to throw for now. So I'm gonna leave those 6X on the floor. I don't know if I want to go with a 5/0 or a 3/0. My favorite's a 4, so I don't really know. Let me pull this 3 out. Looks a little small. I actually think that'll work. This is one of the new sensories that I got, and I'm throwing it on 12-pound line, 12-pound fluorocarbon, and I'm just gonna keep kind of cautious or conscious. I don't know which word to use there, but I'm gonna just pay attention and not use, not set the hook too crazy hard on it, which is typically, I set the hook too hard about 99% of the time. So I'm just gonna remember that so that I don't break the 12, but 12 definitely, the bait gets to work more. It gets to do its thing more. So with how finicky and like tough fishing is right now, I want to make sure the bait has a lot of action. So went with 12-pound line. I've never been a huge fishing with music on kind of person, but I have been recently. And so y'all gonna hear some music in the background from time to time. But because YouTube is so dumb, I can't let the songs play. I gotta like be careful when I edit. So if y'all hearing that in the background, just don't question me. Got him. Slung off my bait. Oh. Sorry, buddy. Looky there. Little spot. Rig this sucker back up. Oh, he tore the head off of it. That one's kind of cool. As soon as he came to bite it, it's right as I jerked it. So I made him get crazy over it. It's like as soon as he went for it and I jerked it and made him miss, he was not a fan of that. Although he wasn't big. Y'all just gotta have to get used to me not catching big ones anymore, because Mountain Woods, very limited on how big a fish we got. I think Mountain Woods Lake is truly a place where you just appreciate fishing and setting a hook as much as you appreciate catching a giant, because just from my experience so far, you just ain't gonna catch big ones. The thing honestly that I appreciate most about Mountain Woods Lake is there's nobody that fishes it, so there's no real fishing pressure. You can fish whatever you want to fish. And honestly, that was the most annoying thing to me about living on Guntersville, was you'd go find fish and can't ever fish for them. That's why I didn't like fishing tournaments anymore. I talked about that on a video before, but it's like, if you can't get to the fish and fish for them that you wanted to fish for, that's annoying. Like, because that's really not, it just sucks. That's one really good thing about here, is there's rarely ever anyone else fishing when I'm fishing this place. So almost in a weird way, like I got my own little lake. All right, so I just had 2 fish in a row, like hit the fluke but not grab it. I'm sorry, I'm always gonna say fluke, by the way. Hit the flush and not grab it. So I switched up to the Divine Swim Jig just because it's a little bit shorter. And if they hit it, I feel like they're gonna get it all the way. So we'll see how that theory works. Got him. Another tiny one though. So that is your standard size Mountain Woods Lake fish. Problem is, you're supposed to throw these on the bank and let them die. That way we can get this like size out of the lake. However, I cannot do that. It's impossible. I know I've said this before, but I'm gonna always say it every single time I fish on this lake. Since the other side of the lake decided to lower the water level on our entire lake, all this grass sucks now. You can't even get a bait in it, on it, around it. You can't flip it because it's too shallow. It's absolutely the stupidest thing I've ever seen happen on a lake. But they actually have the authority. I know it's not like a normal lake. They actually have the authority to do it. So they don't have to ask any questions. But it's actually the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That's fine though, I'll catch them on the outside of the grass, suckers. How about that, huh? I'll catch them on the outside of the grass. That's just a regular old Mountain Woods Lake fish. Nothing special about it. But the other side of the lake is not gonna be able to stop me from catching their very little, swimmity little butts. I've also got to get out here a touch earlier. I meant to get out here early this morning, but that bed started feeling too comfortable. Because I feel like they're biting right now in low light. But once the sun gets up, man, it is tough. So I'm having to, like, this is the only bank on the whole lake right now that's got shade on it. Another little fatty. Let's see what this fish weighs. I'm not weighing him because I think he's big. I'm weighing him because this is the size of every fish on this lake. I'm gonna say this fish weighs exactly 1 pound and 1 ounce. 1 pound, 4 ounces. That's every single fish on this lake. I'm gonna start weighing them all. Hell, why not? That'll be more fun. That'll make me think I'm in some real big tournament. You know, fishing for a lot of money. God almighty. Look at this. Look at this little guy. Well guys, been running around a bunch. Fish are not biting crazy good, but check out that hair, boy. Fun though. I mean, I knew that coming in and moving to this lake. Like, this is not Guntersville by any means. It's a small lake, much smaller fish, much smaller quality of fish, but I just love fishing. There's nobody out here. There's one guy on a kayak. He's enjoying himself and doing his thing. And it's just awesome to be out here with no fishing pressure, be able to do whatever you want and figure these fish out, because it's a tough place. And I think that's why, let me pause my music real quick. That's one reason, it being so tough. I just blew this bank out, so it's gonna be loud and splashy, but this flush, when I say flush, for those of you who don't know, it's basically a fluke. It's 6 cents version of a fluke, but you can see how detailed it is. It's got fins on the sides, fins on top, really cool shad profile body, and has a lot of action, has a unique action. I think specifically in places where the water is really clear. Sometimes a zoom fluke is the best thing you can throw. However, I also think that sometimes you need something a little bit more realistic, which is why there's a lot of baits that have so much detail. It's a really, really good bait. They have a bunch of good colors, and I really think that you'll be impressed with it. And it's something that you throw all year long in all bodies of water. Like, I caught them on this at Guntersville on a scrounger head, catch them on a pond on watermelon red. Like, you can throw whatever, like, there's just so many things you can do with it. And so right now it's late in the morning. It's 11 o'clock, 11:10. So it's sunny, it's hot already, but I'm just working this last shade bank before I fully commit to going out deep. And probably going out deep on this video will be the next video, but it'll be the same day. So I know there's fish out deep right now. I wanted to just keep trying to figure out the shallow fish in the summertime, because this lake does have a lot of offshore structure. I have a lot of waypoints offshore on this lake, and oh man, there's a big one right here on this treetop. I have a lot of waypoints offshore here. I can catch them really good offshore, but I want to figure this bank stuff out in the summertime, because I know it goes down. There's too many bluegills here. I just shot a whole intro or outro to this video, and it was all out of focus. So now I'm doing it again. That's the joy of being a YouTuber. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It was a blast for me to be able to do kind of like a daily vlog. Like all of this video to me hopefully turns out really good. In my vision, I haven't edited yet, I haven't looked at the footage yet, but in my mind, I just picture this being a really cool video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button and drop a comment down below of if you enjoyed this style content and what are some other ideas that you want to see from me in the future. However, I just love doing this because it honestly, this lake's so tough that it allows me to break up the monotony of having to go catch fish for an entire video, which oftentimes is very hard. This allows me to show other things in my day, also still go fishing. And if I catch 1 or 2 fish and explain like thoroughly what I was doing to catch the fish, I still feel like I accomplished a good video, versus in the past, it was like I had to catch big fish or a lot of fish in order to complete like an actual good video. I don't know. So I hope this makes it easier for me, and also gets to show more about my life. Like, I'm so much more than just a fisherman. I feel like my strength in life is, like, I'm growing up, so I'm evolving on what I feel like my strengths are. And I think daily vlogging is gonna be, not daily vlogging, but just like doing a vlog is gonna be able to show that a little bit more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this style of video. If you did, please drop a comment down below. I think I drop the trolling motor down and get out of the sun. It is getting hotter than heck out here too. no wind, no fish, not fun. But I wanted to quickly show you guys what I was using today. Obviously you heard me talk about the Flush a ton, and that is just a soft bodied jerkbait made by 6 Cents, and I had it rigged up on a 5/0 EWG. Theirs is called the Stout Wide Gap Hook. And then the swim jig, I was throwing the Divine swim jig right here with a Divine swim bait on the back. I used a couple different colors and a couple different style trailers, but that was the one for me that did the best. And I think I caught 1 or 2 fish on it, but that's pretty much the swim jig that I often use, especially when you're winding it on the outside of the grass. Swim bait helps it keep down a little bit further, and you're gonna get a couple more bites, particularly in the way that I'm fishing it. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this style video. I love doing it, and I think there's gonna be a lot more opportunity to do cool videos. One thing I cannot wait to show y'all, on the next video, me and Brandon are gonna go out wakeboarding on this boat. Y'all haven't seen that on my channel yet, and it's like one of the most fun things that we do. It's one of my favorite things to do is wakeboard. I'm not good at it, but I just enjoyed the fun and the challenge. It's a little bit more physical. I grew up playing sports, so it reminds me of, I mean, it's a lot more athletic than fishing. So I've got this kind of rig that we did on the back of my boat, but I'll show you all that on the next video. That's what it's all going to be about. But very lastly, I wanted to say a huge thank you to 6 Cents for waiting on me through all this. They never complained. They were very supportive of me, like taking a break for business and other things. So if you don't mind, if you're looking for fishing tackle this summer or anything at all from 6 Cents, please use my code DC10 just so they see that I'm still doing stuff, and they appreciate it. I appreciate it. It helps me out. And then last but not least, 6 Cents also started a sunglass company a couple, I guess 2 or 3 years ago now, called Waterland Sunglasses. These are the ones I've been wearing a ton for the last 2 years, called the Slaunch. It's just a real cool, big square frame, not big, but square lens frame style, kind of like a lifestyle pair, I guess. It's not the most fishing type pair. So you get some sun in a couple different places, but for me, I'm comfortable to wear these fishing, go get lunch, you know, ride around town, go get dinner, wear them on a date. I feel very comfortable that these are pretty stylish. They have a couple different like lens color options, and my code saves 15% off, which is a pretty big deal. I'm like, knowing on the back end of business now, 15% is a big margin. You don't want to just give it away for no reason. So awesome, thanks to Waterland. Use my code DC on waterland.com, and that'll save you 15% off. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, I'm excited about this. I think it gives me more energy to film too, because it's not, I don't feel as pressured to go catch fish and that be the only like focus of the video. However, it's never gonna stop. Like I'm never gonna get to, well, I say never. There's gonna be videos that don't include fishing at all, but I want to keep fishing. Like, I'm still fishing a ton. I love fishing. It's my pastime, it's my hobby, it's my getaway. I know it's all of yours as well, so I'm never gonna stop that. But the ability to just do a video of whatever, us just screwing off, is gonna be really fun for me too. So anyhow, I'm gonna go fish deep, start another video, and hopefully they're going to be biting out deep. Hopefully the next video is going to be entertaining. Regardless if I catch fish right now or not, I know on the next video we will be wakeboarding at some, there's a big one right there. That's what's annoying about this lake. They just don't bite. You can see them all. I see them all the time. They just don't bite. That was like a 5-pounder. But anyhow, on the next video, me and Brandon will be wakeboarding. Y'all will enjoy it, hopefully. And I'm going to go start fishing out deep though. So the next video is probably going to start by fishing, but it's probably not going to end fishing. Anyhow, peace. I don't know when I'm going to be uploading also.